What is up, folks? Today is another day, getting some more stuff done. I know the last couple of videos probably been a little sporadic, but we're on a RoadGlide today. Tackling a big issue, major issue for a lot of really Harleys, a lot of the older Harleys, but even some of the newer Harleys. Let's check this thing out. So here's a good old performance bagger, as I like to have them. My handlebars are getting worn out, but the starter that goes there, you can see this one is not. Why is it not here? Well, I'll show you. This here is one of the old starters, and this was the last one. This is an original Harley starter. You can tell because they'll have a nice kind of grit to them. So these cheaper ones are smooth. So this is original Harley starter. This one's off, and you can see something's missing, which is this gear. This gear is, yeah, it's not where we want it. It's inside the primary. So the gear is behind here, which is not good. So I got to take that out and also fix the starter, and then everything's back up and running. So let's get to it. Start pulling some parts. And first things first, it's not necessary, but I like to use a jack. I think I'm the safest bet is just pull the whole primary, but I can pull this cover and inspect it for sure. This got to come off, and this foot peg up here got to come off. No, that's too low. Let's see here. It's solid to me. Good news. And right here, I'm just taking off the rear foot peg. It's just one bolt, nice and easy. All right, so I'm gonna pop this primary cover out first. If you don't know, now you know. T27 Torx bit. That's all it takes. Be careful not to strip these out. They're not the hardest bolts in the world, but they're also not hard to take out, right? So just take your time breaking them loose and back them right on out, nice and easy. Typically putting them on, you know, you can use a little bit of Loctite, but some people don't even do that. But a Harley being a Harley, vibrating as much as they do, it ain't gonna hurt. We do have a little bit of fluid dripping out. Did not think that was gonna be the case, because 9 times out of 10 on a Harley, it has to be leaned all the way over to have fluid coming out the side, but it's not the case here. I bet you Harley nothing's gonna come out now. As it looks like I assumed correctly. Well, no, we got a couple of drops too. But yeah, so a few drops of oil, nothing, literally nothing crazy. And the piece to our starter, do not see it off rip. Everything's looking good, smelling like a good old primary. It's not wanting to go. A little finessing. So I'm gonna let that drain as good as it can. It's only about a quart in there, which shouldn't, I don't think it's gonna fill that pan up. We're gonna find out. Oh, this thing's all drained out, so let's get this casing off and keep it rolling, What I do here is some metal clanging around. There it goes. Not many metal shavings or anything came out, which is good. It just sheared, snapped completely off in the starter. From the starter, it just, yeah. That's what good old Harleys will do. So whenever you gotta start your Harley, don't let go of the button. Just stay on it until it starts up. I'll let off momentarily for, I'll let off for a little bit just for the, somebody was talking. So I went and started, bumped off real quick, and you know, I didn't want to just be rude and start up my Harley while they started up talking as I went to start it. So next time I'm gonna just have to start it up and then switch it off. I'm gonna do a quick inspection while I have everything off of here. Just kind of look at everything, see how everything looks. You know, look at your clutch engagement. You can see it pulling, releasing your releasing the disc and fibers. There's a little scarring here, but that was there, I'm pretty sure, from previously. This is the 4th starter that I'll be putting on this Harley myself, so I'm pretty sure the guy before me probably had a few issues, but as far as the motor running, I mean, it's a solid bike, so it's the main thing. Y'all, this RoadGlide is just, it's something for real. So I've done all of what I did before. This isn't the first time. I had the same issues when I first got the bike. The starter that was on it wore out, then I replaced that starter. Then the ring gear inside that's on the clutch basket, that wore out, so I replaced that, and I believe I put like 2 starters on it and 1 ring gear. And also the battery. That's one thing people like to forget. The voltage play a very big role when it comes to the starter properly engaging, properly turning, because especially it being a high compression motor, it needs everything it got to turn it properly. One thing I do need to invest in is some compression, decompression, what's it called? It's where you allow a little bit of air into the cylinders. And I don't know why I'm having a brain freeze right now, but it's when you allow a little bit of extra air into the cylinders so it drops the compression, so your starter can turn easily. It busts off, it warms up, you pop them back in, you know what I mean? Easy, fine, and dandy. And you don't tear up nothing. So I gotta invest in a couple of those, or at least one, just to help it out. Because it gets expensive, you know what I mean? Replacing a new starter. Starter's $450. The clutch baskets, they're like, you know, a few $100. A battery is like, you know, if you get one from dealer, I believe that's like $300-400. So yeah, it gets expensive. So do what you gotta do to take care of your bike. Nothing but a bolt in the hole. If you think it's hard, it's just a bolt in the hole, folks. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like it, let me know in the comments. But if you made it this far, I appreciate it. See you next one. Peace.